Okay, Miss Vinson, as the next police officer, we'd like to interview you about some questions on drinking and driving.
Okay.
What is your point of view on drinking and driving in general?
I think drinking and driving is a terrible, terrible, terrible issue that we have, and lots of people lose their lives from it, so it's a pretty big deal.
Right. What would be a memorable experience you have witnessed firsthand that deals with drinking and driving?
As a police officer?
Mm-hmm.
As a police officer, I had the opportunity to work lots of wrecks in which alcohol was involved, and it's never a good experience. Whenever alcohol is involved in a wreck, it's usually about 10 times worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, and working one of those is completely different, because usually the people who have been drinking are not the ones who get hurt, because they're kind of like a jellyfish.
Mm-hmm.
When they get hit, their body absorbs that momentum a lot different than the other people who are not intoxicated, so they usually don't get hurt. So it's usually the people who are not drinking that get hurt.
Yeah. Is drinking and driving a constantly growing problem?
I think so. I think it's a constantly growing problem because drinking is a socially acceptable offense, I guess. I say offense because I've been a police officer. But people drink and drive because it's part of society. People drink when there's a good thing happening in their life, they drink. When there's a bad thing happening in their life, they drink. It's socially acceptable. And not many people like to, a lot of people don't just drink at their houses. Every restaurant that you go to has alcohol. Every party you go to has alcohol. And how do you usually get there? You drive.
You drive. So it makes it kind of hard to, not drink and drive when it's available everywhere.
Right.
So, what do you think about the legal BAC number .08?
I have mixed views on it, because I am a person of age who does drink. When you go to a restaurant, like say you go to a restaurant for a graduation or whatever, you want to have a couple beers. Well, having a couple beers for someone like myself puts you over the .08 limit. So it's pretty scary to think that I could get a DWI for that.
Right. Does alcohol tolerance have anything to do with determining if a driver is drunk?
I don't think tolerance does. And tolerance means you built up the tolerance. Like you can drink 4 or 5 beers because you drink 4 or 5 beers every day, and you're not physically intoxicated, or the signs are not showing. Okay, but I think when you actually take the blood alcohol is still there, no matter how high their tolerance. Now, someone's weight, that's different. What they've had to eat or drink, their metabolism, that plays a huge part, but I don't think tolerance plays a big part in it.
So, what are some ways that we can prevent drinking and driving in McKinney?
Well, I think with the blood alcohol level being .08, if people are actually being caught and getting DWIs and police officers are doing their jobs, then deterrence is seeing everybody going to jail. It costs a lot of money to get out of a DWI or go through that whole process, and lots of people lose their jobs. So if your friends are getting those tickets, your friends are going to jail for that, or maybe you're going to jail for that, you're less likely to do it again.
No, that makes sense. Well, this actually concludes our interview on drinking and driving, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.